Dwyane Wade says he wants one last dance with the Miami Heat.
It is great news for Heat fans. So how did he reach that decision, and how will things play out this season? Jim Barry is with the reporter who probably knows Wade best. Jim.
That's right. We are joined by none other than Tim Reynolds of the Associated Press. And of course, Tim has been really hawking this story all summer long. And, I always thought that he was coming back, but you say this really was not, if you'll pardon the pun, a slam dunk. Why not?
Oh, this wasn't even close to a slam dunk. And there was a lot of things that Dwyane was going, that he was playing out in his mind. But above all else, we know that family means so much to Dwyane Wade. He's written a book about fatherhood. I mean, we forget that. He wanted to make sure, what he said in the video, there was one line that was really telling about how, am I being selfish? And that's what he had to figure out. His wife, Gabrielle Union, very busy. She's working out on the West Coast a lot. His son Zaire, really highly touted high school player going into his now he's in his junior year. There's a lot of other things in his life, and he wanted to make sure he was being fair to them. It's not about money, like we said last night. After it got done, it's not about money. There's a little bit about role. Yes, there's a little bit that he still wants to. He still wants to play and have a big role on this team. He wanted to make sure he was being fair to the people that love him, that that are with him each and every day.
Yeah, you touched on it. I really think he bared his basketball soul in this online video. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. What struck you also about his announcement and the way he did it?
Well, I thought there was a lot about the announcement that kind of threw me. I knew he was going to do a video, but just the dramatics of it. And we take you behind the scenes of that video a little bit. He had someone turn the camera on, and then he ordered everybody out of the room. The only person in that room when he's talking, as you see right there on your screen, is Dwyane Wade. He's standing alone in a room. Nobody can hear him. Most of the people involved in this, when he started taping it, didn't know what he was going to say. This thing went all the way down to yesterday, or at least down to this weekend. I can tell you for certain that on Friday night, he was leaning no better than 50-50, and he spent a lot of the summer leaning toward retirement. But this was about as raw as Dwyane Wade as I've ever seen.
You're right.
And for those 9.5 minutes, he just sort of rambled on, and at some point he was kind of looking for an ending. But listen, as we see there, we all know Dwyane can close. He closed the video the way Heat fans would want.
And he can still close in a basketball game, and that's the most important thing for Heat fans. When you look at what he's accomplished here, you could make the argument that there's nothing left for him to play for. He's the team's all-time leader in points and assists and steals and games played, 3 NBA championships. So what is there left for him to play for, Tim?
Well, what there's left to play for is this, and you can see some of this on social media today. There were Heat fans who came out and said, I've been to some games, I followed the championships, it's great for me to go. I bought season tickets today because, this is them talking, I bought season tickets today because I'm not going to miss this. I think he's going to give Heat fans the send-off that they want. They want to say goodbye to their hero. He never wanted the victory tour. He didn't want what Kobe went through because, it drained Kobe, and Kobe told him that. But he wants to go through this one last time, take a look around a lot of other buildings, soak it all in one more time. But he also wants to give Heat fans those 41 more moments, plus playoff home games too. So 41 plus.
Yeah, and we talked about that. That I spoke to him a couple years ago, and you even more recently, about the fact that he really didn't want the whole Kobe thing because he saw what a distraction it was for Kobe Bryant. But I agree with you 100% that the fans certainly want that. So let's talk about the team that he's going to play with. He's 36. Most of the key guys are early to mid-20s. How's he going to mesh with them for a whole season?
Well, it's what he has been doing. He has meshed with them for a long time now. And also, he's the captaincy of the Miami Heat is still a big deal. And he technically wasn't a captain when he went back. Believe me, his voice still resonates in that room. He's very close with Justice Winslow. He brought him out to his camp in California a couple weeks ago. He wants to teach Josh Richardson some more. He wants to keep helping, even a big like Hassan Whiteside, Dwyane Waiters, as you're seeing there, Tyler Johnson. They all love Bam Adebayo. They love the young, they love that kid. He still has lessons about what it's like to be a great player, how to make that transition from being a good player to a great player. But also, he's planting seeds. He's letting these guys know, these guys who are going to be part of the Miami Heat fabric for a while, how nice it is here when you go from being a good team to a great team, and when you can start contending for championships, how it gets to be an incredible atmosphere in that building. He's got a lot of lessons still to teach, and I think that's one of the big reasons why he's back.
Foregone thing, obviously the jersey's going to go up, it's going to be retired. Are we going to see a Dwyane Wade statue?
I think they should see a Dwyane Wade statue. I think there should be a Dwyane and Udonis statue, quite frankly. Listen, and UD told me this a couple weeks ago. There has not been a player literally more solid than Udonis Haslem, and what's more solid than a statue? But how nice would it be to have those two guys who have just been joined at the hip for 14 and a half of these 16 seasons? UD sort of is going to forgive Dwyane for leaving him there for a year and a half. I think there should be a statue, but really it should be whatever they want. His legacy is going to be unmistakable on this franchise, on this city, and it's going to be remembered for generations.
That really is an untold story, too, that their friendship and how enduring it's been. And, you know, UD, of course, the Miami kid, D. Wade from Chicago. Miami has become his home. And so for them to ride out into sunset together, I think is only fitting. So, Tim, thanks so much for the perspective, and we look forward to this last dance, D. Wade and the Heat, and maybe this last dance will take them into the playoffs. And, hey, LeBron's in the West now, so maybe they can actually go somewhere.
East looks very wide open,
Yes,
at least not at the very tippy top, but they're right there.
Thank you, Tim. Appreciate
Thanks, JB.
it. Back to you guys.
Okay.